terror attack in Istanbul earlier this week is still resonating this morning. 44 people were killed when 3 suicide attackers blew themselves up at the city's main airport. The scene was similar to what occurred at the Brussels attacks in March. And both of those attacks have brought up the issue of airport security. Bruce sat down with our crime and safety analyst to talk about what to look for if you're traveling this summer.
Gil, 43 million people are going to be traveling this holiday weekend. It's a record, and Homeland Security and the federal agencies can only do so much. We all have a responsibility to be vigilant.
Yeah, especially during the holidays, because terrorist attacks, they try to encourage attacks for large events or where large groups of people are going to be gathering, and that also includes airports, parades, just large gathering areas.
So you got to keep your eyes open. You know, people are traveling with families. They have a certain demeanor. Business people have a certain demeanor. Terrorists have a certain demeanor. So there's some things that can clue you into something that may not be right. Now, one of the things you say is exaggerated yawning. What's that show?
Well, they're trying to be nonchalant, like everything is okay, I'm trying to be normal, but they're exaggerating it. Just trying to do whatever they can to not be noticed. Now, that alone is not necessarily an indicator that they are a terrorist. It could be someone who is sleepy or just tired from a lot of long travel. So you look at a combination of things that could be a clue.
Well, when you're standing in a line for TSA screening, you know, a lot of people are going, oh, this is too long, it's taken too long. When that complaining becomes exaggerated, it's something you got to be on the lookout for.
Exactly. Now, you may not notice it too much in the TSA lines, but it is a possibility because some terrorists may try to penetrate that boundary, which is known as the sterile area inside of an airport. That's inside the TSA zone. So as they're approaching the area, they may become even more nervous. So they start complaining even more about it, like, this is ridiculous, we shouldn't have to do this. Just becoming very angry about the entire process.
Staring is also another clue.
Exactly. Also, avoiding eye contact. Sometimes they will avoid eye contact with law enforcement or TSA agents, or just staring, just a long, hard stare because they could be focused on their mission or their goal. You know, usually when people are traveling and with groups of people, they're interacting, they're talking with each other. And we've seen examples when these terrorist groups do approach airports, they're focused, they're staring, they're not really communicating with each other. That's a possible indicator.
And if what they're wearing doesn't fit the location, that could be a problem. For instance, it's 90 degrees. If somebody's wearing, you know, a big bulky coat, you got to go, why?
Right, yeah, in most cases. Now, it could be that someone could be coming from a cooler area and still has on that clothing. Or if they are wearing very bulky clothing, heavy clothing, they may be trying to conceal bombs or anything like that, any type of explosive. That could also be an indicator also.
Now, when people whistle, we tend to think they're happy. But if they're whistling while approaching the screening process, right, what's wrong with that?
They're trying to calm themselves down. They're trying to relax, trying to, again, not be noticed or doing anything that's somewhat out of place as you're approaching that line. So these things, like I said, just one of these indicators does not necessarily mean that they could be a terrorist, but you look at a combination of these things. And you really need to look out, watch these people. In the case of Istanbul, they had weapons and they had bombs. Now, actually, the bomb was actually their secondary weapon. The AR-15 was their primary weapon. A lot of people in that airport, millions of people each month pass through there. So they're trying to take out as many people as possible, and then after that, then use their bomb to explode.
So we started off saying that we all have to be vigilant. What's the saying? If you see something, say something. Gil, thank you.